here from the Hauntapolooza PODCAST. Today's video, we're going to be reviewing 13th World out of Cumberland, Rhode Island. And so let's just get into this. And we're going to give you a little bit of info. And we're going to go play by play and all that good stuff. And then let you know if I feel that it's worth your time and money to go to this attraction. So let's just get into this. All right, so 13th World in Cumberland, Rhode Island. Now, for those that watched the reviews from last year, know that we weren't very kind to 13th World. But it just so happens that Jimmy and Danielle actually know the owner, one of the owners, and they asked us to come out and review it. And, they wanted to see if, because they changed the haunt every year, so they wanted to see what our thoughts were this year versus last year. So I talked to the owner yesterday. Well, last night, which was September 28th, and Jimmy and Danielle introduced him to me. Very nice guy, and the funny thing is, a lot of it's obvious though. Like, for those that don't know, a lot of haunted attraction owners, they all talk with each other and they ask each other's questions, and some hang out, whatever. It's kind of like a nice group of people. So this year they did something different. And we do actually have footage to put into this. They allowed us to film it. We cannot release the full walkthrough video, just so you know, until after they close for the season. So we're allowed to use little bits of clips. And we will. And you'll see them as we're talking. Plus, I'll pause my recording of this while we, show some scenes and stuff that you really need as we go on, that you should check out. We're not giving away the whole thing, just a little bit of things that stood out that I thought were awesome. And we'll go from there. So anyway, one new thing that they got is you can pay, I think it's I believe it was $5, I think, that we paid extra for the what do you call it? It's a glow necklace, and what the glow necklace does, it allows the actors to touch you and be more interactive, kind of like what Fairtown Extreme Fears does. What I found was, actually, it's cool, and I wish more haunts would do this. I'm telling you, I think this is probably the new trend that's coming. You don't have to do it, and they're always looking to see who has the necklaces and stuff. So if you don't have one, don't worry, they're not going to touch you. If you have one, they will. And we've experienced stuff, and I'm not going to say exactly what we experienced because I want you guys to experience everything. Like I said, I'm only going to show you tiny clips of stuff. And if you're offended by religious stuff, you'll probably be offended. And me, I'm not offended really by anything, which is weird. Usually people are offended by everything. I'm not offended. If you can offend me, you must have really did something bad. So, and I know there's people that do not like religious theme, and that might turn people off. There are religious themes throughout it, not the entire thing, but a bulk of it. Well, I'll leave it at that. There's a bunch of nuns and stuff like that. I think even having the nuns, and I know people get offended, with people using religion and haunts. I know some haunt owners won't touch it. I applaud the owner for touching it because I think people need to get away from that PC culture. And I think people need to kind of push the boundaries. It's Halloween, you're going to be scared, and if you're going to get offended by something, don't just stay home, lock yourself in a closet, and live your life that way. That's the way I feel. And I don't care if a viewer hates that I said that, but that's an honest opinion. So, as you can see, like right when you're walking, and you actually walk through it, there's a big, giant lit-up cross, and I thought that was awesome. And, you're going to bump into nuns, you're going to bump into all kinds of different characters. Like I said, I don't want to give too much away, but you'll just know what you're getting into by clips that are being shown. And we'll pause it right here just to show you a little bit of a clip right now.
She wanted me to play.
All right, so now that you've seen this little clip, which I thought was pretty awesome, but now you can see what you're getting into and all that stuff. And I'm going to show you like 2 more clips of basically like how the actors are acting. Like,
help me! He's
Who is? Who?
No, he's not. He's not here, is he?
Help me.
I can't.
Help me.
They told me not to.
He's gonna get me, please.
No, they told me to leave you. They told me to leave you. I gotta leave you. They told me to. Welcome to the 13th world!
the way I feel is 13th World actually stepped it up versus last year. Because last year we went and we were kind of like, This year was definitely way better. The actors were stepped up. They were way better. The theming was there. It was great. This is like another like top 5 contender this year. Like a lot of the haunts that we kind of were disappointed with last year are stepping up their game this year. So maybe everything's a top 5, but it's probably not. There was only one little problem I had. There was a couple areas, and maybe just because it's opening night, that were kind of like dead space. There wasn't really much going on. Other than that, the haunt is awesome, and I think it's definitely worth your time. But you have to realize haunts don't have, especially like 13th World, that's inside Diamond Hill Park. It's a park. So he gets like a month and a half to build what he builds, which is crazy. Then he's got to tear it down, and he's got to keep building it up every year. So as, they open, and then people start coming, and then they keep adding more, and they keep seeing what needs to be fixed and changed. So I'm sure they're going to change. It's just weird. It's like a couple little dead spots, and I don't know if it's meant to just kind of give you a breather after all the stuff you just went through. But it was a good length. I don't know offhand what the what do you call it? What the haunt time was. All right, so it's almost 30 minutes. I'm looking right now. It was a 28 minutes and 6 seconds from when we hit record, when we got from the beginning to the end was 28 minutes. So you're getting 28 minutes. The price point was good, well worth the money. Actually, this year I would honestly say that, and definitely if you're into that kind of, you want a little bit more for your experience, go pay the $5 and get the necklace so you get touched. I think you'll really enjoy the haunt. I mean, me, I like, ever since I've done like Fairtown Extreme Fairs, and now that 13th World is jumping into this realm of you being able to be touched, I'm all for it. Haunts like that, I love it, because just the regular walkthrough just doesn't do it for me anymore. I mean, I check out the theming, I check out the actors, I check out what they're doing, and by all means, there's a lot of good haunts that don't touch, and they're really good. They're few and far between, but they are out there. I want extreme. I want in your face, screaming, grabbing, throwing you into things, putting you in a coffin, chasing you, touching you with chainsaws, and all that stuff. I like that kind of thing. I think if you go to 13th World, I think you will. I think you'll definitely not be disappointed. I think you'll actually enjoy it. But like I said, I mean, I think if I didn't get the necklace, I think I still would have had a good time. I think I still would have enjoyed it, but having the necklace was definitely an added bonus to it, because some of the stuff that the nuns were saying was hysterical. And I can't wait for you guys to see the footage of the entire haunt at the end of the season. We'll be editing, we'll be going through editing it, making sure that it's nice, clean, clear, crisp. We shot it with night vision, so it's not going to be full color all the time. Some areas are lit up nice, some areas it's still black, what do you call it? Night vision. But yeah, it was awesome. So I give this haunt 4 out of 5. I would honestly like to go back once everything's in full gear. I know it's tough when you go on opening weekends. It's not. Anybody that's going out to haunts, when you go to an opening weekend, expect that it's not the haunts are not complete. They're just getting open. They're trying to generate that income so they can keep adding more props and stuff into it. And every year it's always evolving. Always. So if you go during opening weekend because you need that haunted attraction fix, go back again, like 2 or 3 weeks later. And you'll definitely be surprised, and you'll see how much different it is versus opening night and opening weekend. So I give it a 4 out of 5, which is really good because, especially for an opening night, a lot of haunts this year were doing fantastic for their opening nights and opening weekends. So I can't wait to see. I think this is going to be one of the best haunt seasons I've seen in a long time. So I would definitely add 13th World to your list of places to go. Anyways, we're going to get out of here, and I will see you guys next time.
Peace.